In 2023, South Korea's fertility rate dropped to a historic low of just 0.72 children per woman, marking a significant decline. The figure is actually far below Japan, where the rate is around 1.2 children per woman. It's well below the rate of 2.1, which is required for population stability. So why is this important, and why am I talking about Japan and South Korea? India could be headed down a similar path, albeit a little more slowly. This topic is generating a huge debate, with prominent figures such as RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat raising concerns.
संख्येचा उल्लेख झाला, जनसंख्या कमी होते फार चिंता आहे. चिंतेचा विषय आहे याचं कारण हे शास्त्र, लोकसंख्या शास्त्र जे आधुनिक ते असं सांगतं की 2.1 च्या खाली जायला लागलो तर तो समाजच नष्ट होतो. पृथ्वीच्या पाठीवर तो राहत नाही. कोणी त्याला मारेल असं नाही, तो काही नसलं संकट तरी तो समाज नष्ट होतो, पुढे चालत नाही. अनेक भाषा अशा नष्ट झाल्या, अनेक समाज असे नष्ट झाले. 2.1 च्या खाली येतात.
Fertility rate refers to the average number of children born to women during their reproductive years. To maintain the population stability in a given area, assuming that there is no significant migration, a total fertility rate of 2.1 is needed for the stability. But is that even achievable? Let's talk a little about South Korea first. This country is offering everyone a dire warning. The fertility rate has dipped, making experts predict that half of the country's population could be wiped out in the next 50 years. There indeed is a big demographic crisis here. Younger population is shrinking, older demographic is growing rapidly because of better medical facilities to improve medical care, longer life expectancies. As the working age population shrink, what happens? The strain on the economy will intensify. Workforce will shrink, pensions and social care will increase. Here's how things look like outside of India and even outside of South Korea. Fertility rates are actually declining everywhere in the world. Even though the global population has surged to 8 billion in 2022, fertility rates are on a downward trajectory. Take a look at the numbers. The global fertility rate is expected to fall from 2.3 children per woman in 2021 to 2.1, which is the replacement rate, by 2050. In the OECD countries, population above the age of 65 is expected to rise sharply from 17.4% in 2017 to 27.1% by 2050. This means that by mid-century, 1 in 10 people worldwide will be over 80 years old. Fitch Ratings warned in 2022 that these demographic pressures could present significant long-term challenges to global growth. India, we know, is the most populous country in the world, but it is experiencing a decline in fertility rates. In fact, in spite of its size, experts are increasingly concerned about India's future demographic trends. This is how it looks like according to the Lancet. India's fertility rate will continue to fall in the next decades. From 6.18 children per woman in 1950, the rate is projected to drop to 1.29 children per woman by 2050. As of 2021, India's fertility rate stood at 1.9%, which is already below the replacement level of 2.1. And that's the reason why conversations about increasing our fertility rate, having more babies, is growing chorus now. And that's the reason why there is growing chorus for having more children. And that's the case being made out by Mohan Bhagwat, DMK's chief, and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. They've raised alarm about the shrinking population. Some of them have said every family should have 16 children. But is that possible in India? For many families in India, having more children is economically just impossible. High inflation, gender inequality, rising cost of living make parenthood a daunting financial challenge. Also, women are not confined to traditional roles. They're not at home anymore. They're stepping out to work, to put the food on the table. It's insane as far as the level of expenses are concerned. It's driving women to work here. There are societal changes as well. It's a reality in the country. There are late marriages, increasing infertility, both male and female, because of various health and environmental reasons, and shifting career priorities. That's the reason why younger couples are not choosing to have large families. So, what can be done? Experts argue that India must adapt its economic policies to address the challenge of declining fertility. Growth-focused economic policies, job creation, reforms in social security and pensions will be crucial for mitigating long-term effects of a shrinking population. Increasing male participation in household duties can't be taught by the government. It begins at home. It has to be done so that the burden on the women for motherhood reduces. It encourages women to have children. India also could be facing a situation in the near future, says the United Nations, where our aging population surpasses the number of children. India's youthful demographic has long been seen as its greatest strength, a young population below 30. This advantage could erode if fertility rates continue to decline.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mo.